Ken, go ahead.
Tyhier, Ken Kraetzer, Canvas Media. Congratulations on the win. What did it take to get the offense going, really in the second half? You were struggling a little bit early, but then you started making big plays and generating a lot of yards on the ground.
So throughout the first half, it was a lot of things that we saw that were open, but it was small things that were stopping us. Small missed assignments. I missed the read. There's little things that we worked through all week, and we talked at halftime. We said we gotta stop messing up these little things and just play our brand of football. And in the second half, we came out confident. We came out with a little bit of an edge, and then we played our brand of football, and it showed. The results showed. The second half showed, but it's just little things that was stopping us in the first half that we didn't do in the second half, and we took care of the ball. We didn't have any turnovers today.
It just so you started the drive in the second quarter, and then Jamel came in, and he got the big pitch play to Brahim Murphy, 34 yards, that led to his scoring a touchdown. How did you feel about how the offense ran there, getting that touchdown?
Great. That shows who we are as a quarterback unit. Whether it's me in the game, whether it's Jamel in the game, whether it's Kay in the game, we all practice the same way. Coach Worley, he coaches us all the same way. He doesn't coach the starter or the backup harder than the other. Like, we all come to work, we all practice hard. So it shows, a helmet comes off or something unfortunate happens, the next guy's gonna step up. And he led, I believe it was 90 something yards of the whole drive. It was like a 99-yard drive, I believe, but that was a great way to finish the half. And it just shows how preparation, it goes a long way. You don't have to get ready when you stay ready.
And then in the third quarter, you're down 13-17, and the first play, the reverse handoff to Brahim Murphy. Just tell us about that play and how it started, and what it looked like from you.
The coaches do a great job throughout the week, just scouting and preparing. I have things that I'm looking for. The play was called. If they were to give me a certain look, I would get to a different play. They gave us the look we wanted. Brahim's a hell of an athlete. Made a great play. Great blocking by the line. Great downfield blocking. That play just kind of signifies our culture. Not many schools have 11 people, running down the field or making downfield blocks. Isaiah Austin had a great lead block on that play. So it was a great call by Coach. Even better execution by Brahim. And when Brahim gets the ball, he's going to make plays. He's going to do what Brahim does.
After that short punt that you got the ball, I think the 49-yard line, you had a long run, and then you were able to score on I think it was a 2-yard run to give yourselves a 10-point lead. Tell us about what it meant to just have the offense run effectively at that point in the game.
It shows, we always talk about winning the second half, winning the fourth quarter. So to continue running the offense efficiently, that's something we know we can do. It feels good, to score those 2 touchdowns at the end of the game. It gives, one, a sense of security, with the score, but 2, it's confidence going into the next games. Like I said before, we've been very close in the past, but putting it all together, it just shows how good of an offense we can be.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Seth Madison, Black Knight Nation. I think the 2 touchdowns for you today were 20 and 21.
Not sure. I don't.
Pretty impressive. How do you feel about the senior day, these 2 touchdowns?
Believe it or not, I'm not really a person that will look at stats. Like, if it pops up, then I'll see it. It's cool to run for 100 yards, but I'll take 20 yards in a win over 200 yards in a loss any day. So I don't really look at stats, but it's always good to help contribute to a win. Always good to get in the box and celebrate with your teammates. But just being able to score one last time at Mikey means a lot. I'm very thankful for Army and West Point, just allowing me to live out those dreams. Being a Division I football player, didn't have many opportunities, so Mikey Stadium is home. I mentioned it before, it's home, and I'm grateful that I got to do it one last time and score one last time at Mikey.
The team bounced back a couple of times. They scored. You guys came back and scored at the end of the half, and then of course on the 75-yard run. Talk about that.
So that's who we are as people. That's not even us as players. When we are faced with things, we bounce back. You're gonna be faced with a lot of hardships in life. You gotta bounce back. So, even looking at our record, there was not a game that we felt like we were going to lose at any point. Like, we just fight to the end. We'll always keep punching, we'll always keep fighting back. But that's what we do, though. Football is a game of up and downs, but there's never a point where we're just like, we're not going to keep trying to win. So we'll expect for us to always fight back and bounce back.
Tyhier, can you talk about how special this game is for you? And you talked about scoring in your final game at Mikey Stadium, but just the emotions involved in the game and who you're playing the game with, the senior class that you spent 4 years here with, giving everything you have to the program. Can you talk about how special the emotions are?
It's amazing. Going into the game, there's 3 seniors, me, Cade, and Jamel. And like I mentioned before, it doesn't matter who the starter is. Every time we break, it's like Jamel tells me he has my back, right? Air Force game, ULM game where Jamel was starting, got your back. Cade, got y'all boys if you need me. Like, it's a brotherhood. So it kind of, like, I'm playing to not let them down. I'm playing to not let Connor Bishop down. Guys like Marco Broughton, guys like DeAndre Tobias, Isaiah Morris, and other seniors that have put a lot of investment and blood and sweat and tears to the program. It's bigger than yourself. And to take it even a step further is, the people we represent with our unit patches and things like that. Like, it's so much more than just us as players. And that's something I've internalized here at West Point. That's something that I'm really truly bought in, is just who we represent is bigger than, Tyhier. I'm representing other teammates, I'm representing my family, and I'm representing, millions of soldiers across the world. So it's a great feeling, great way to finish my last game at Mikey. But like I said, message to the guys coming back is just defend Mikey. That's home. So
Thanks.
Connor, go ahead on Zoom.
Joe, you can start.
Hey Tyhier, Joe Icono with GoBlackKnights.com. Congratulations on the win.
thank you, sir.
Hey, just one question for you. With it being senior day, and you talked about how much this brotherhood means to you, and I'm sure all your classmates that you played ball with for 4 or 5 years. A lot of the seniors seem to have big contributions today, right? Marquell on defense with the interception, a ton of tackles like he usually has. DeAndre on defense with the interception. Offensively, Raheem had some big plays. Maurice Bellon had some big plays. Jacoby, even the offensive lineman, Connor Bishop, Sam Barzak, a couple of the other firsties had some really good blocks. How cool was it? And at the quarterback position, like you mentioned, Jamel leading the one scoring drive, Cade getting to come in late. How awesome was it to you to get to see so many of your classmates contribute in big ways today?
It was a great feeling. It's like the investment that we put in, it's good to see that come to light. Like you mentioned before, DeAndre, he works hard. He's in my lift group. And, Cole mentioned it. He didn't know if he was going to be playing this season. He fights through a lot, but he works hard on and off the field. So it was good to see him I believe that was his first interception of his career. So that was good for it to happen that way, to kind of like ice the game and it to happen on senior day in Mikey Stadium. So that was great. Marquell, he's consistent. Marquell, he comes, he's the energy of the team. But he plays hard every single week. He always produces for us. But as far as in the QB room, you even saw late in the game, Cade Ballard came in the game, ran hard. Couple broken tackles, ran hard. That's just who he is as a person. Comes to practices hard. Jamel, I went out. Jamel commanded the drive and ran hard and executed offense efficiently. Like it's good to see, everything that you put in come to light. And that was just the biggest thing is, there was never a doubt in my mind that with those guys on the field all at once, things weren't going to get done.
Ken? Hi, Tyhier. Ken McMillan from The Record.
How you doing, sir?
Good, thank you. Tyhier, this is almost like a baseball question. Connecticut dominated possession time early in the game. I don't think Army got the ball for the first 30 minutes of actual clock. What was it? Is it tough for the offense to kind of pick it up, sitting on the sideline for so long?
Not really. Coach Monkey, he always talks about like controlling what you can control. You can't control that. You can't control that like they're milking the clock and we don't have the ball. But when your number's called and when it's time to go, it's time to go. But I don't think that had a big impact. I think the biggest impact was cold. It was freezing. But so just sitting there, we got bikes. We stretch. We stayed loose. So I mean, I think it was fine. I really don't think that was a factor. I believe like we ended up winning the time of possession game over the game. I'm not sure if we did or not, but I don't think that was a factor early on, honestly.
Sure. Did the seniors after the game, senior captains, seniors overall, did you address the underclassmen at any time in the locker room afterwards? Did you have a message for them?
So directly after the game, no. We were so excited but throughout the week, we have daily interaction with the underclassmen. I know I have a group chat with like all the current plebes. So throughout the week, we kind of communicate to them, expressed our gratitude, and just let them know like the message to them was, defend Mikey Stadium. Like it's going to be a new Mikey Stadium. Coach Monkey said there's going to be renovation, so I believe that's the last time that's that Mikey Stadium. So just defending that Mikey Stadium and just getting that CIC trophy back. That was my message to the freshmen, because like I said before, it's not about them as individual players. It's just about legacy and people who came before them. So not directly after the game, no, but throughout the week, that's been directed towards the underclassmen from leadership.
Sure. Last thing, can you just talk about, you play offense, but how inspired did you as a group get when you saw the defense get 2 goal line stands as they did?
Yeah, so that's it's Black Flag. Like that's what we pride ourselves on. We believe it or not, as an offense, we sit there and say like they're gonna get a stop. Like we've seen it numerous. Like my career, I've seen it numerous times. A goal line stop. I've seen it in the biggest game of the year in 2020, Army Navy. I've seen a goal line stop. So we always talk about like they're going to get a stop here. Like it's no doubt in my mind that they're not going to. So it's momentum, but it definitely gives us inspiration to go do our part on offense. They held their end of the bargain, so now it's time for us to do it.
Thank you.